Now, the sources mention absolute and gauge pressure. What's the difference and which one do we use in physics?
Absolute pressure is the actual pressure at a point measured relative to a perfect vacuum where there's no pressure at all. Gauge pressure is the difference between the absolute pressure and the local atmospheric pressure. So gauge pressure of 0 means the absolute pressure equals atmospheric pressure. Gauge pressure can be positive or negative. It's important to remember that in most physics and thermodynamics calculations, we use absolute pressure, but a lot of pressure measuring devices are designed to read 0 at atmospheric pressure, so they measure gauge pressure. You need to know what your instrument is measuring and convert to absolute pressure if needed.
So always double check what your readings actually mean. And how do we actually measure pressure? The sources mention manometers and Borden tubes.
Manometers are pretty simple devices that use a liquid column to measure pressure, and they usually measure gauge pressure. A basic U-tube manometer has a U-shaped tube filled with liquid. One end is connected to the pressure source, the other is open to the atmosphere, and the height difference of the liquid in the two arms tells you the pressure difference between the source and the atmosphere. Borden tubes work mechanically. They have a coiled or curved metal tube that straightens or changes curvature when pressure is applied inside. This movement is linked to a pointer on a dial, so you get a direct pressure reading again. Borden gauges are sturdy and can measure both gauge and absolute pressure over a wide range.
Okay, so different tools using different principles to measure this fundamental property.